yet to be heard about the predicament of the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, Joe Ajaero, in the hands of security agencies over sundry matters. The Department of State Services, DSS, has granted administrative bail to Joe Ajaero, who was arrested at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, on his way to the United Kingdom for an engagement. Now, Ajaero was released to his lawyer, Abubakar Marshall, from Falana Chambers after 15 hours of detention and grilling. His lawyer was asked to present him for further interrogation whenever the need arises, while his passport was seized pending further investigation. Now, BKO, let's talk legality now. Is the DSS obligated under law or to disclose the reason for the arrest?
I think that morally, if you are arresting someone of the stature of the nation's #1 labor leader, the people deserve to know why you picked them up.
Morally?
Yes, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know whether by law they are free to button up their mouths about what they have done. But I don't know where in the world you pick people up and you do not explain why you have done it. I don't know any such country except some banana republics or countries under military rule. You know, under military rule, the military brushes aside the constitution and they rule by decree. So they may think that, look, we are not responsible to you. Why do you want to get an explanation from us? But it makes sense in my view. And I believe that men will never be slaves to the law.
True.
So even if the law permits you to button up your mouth, it makes sense. People want to know why you did this, because at the end of the day, all kinds of meanings will be read to your action. There are those already condemning the government and calling it a farcical or a fascist government, because they can't explain. We said yesterday that no man is bigger than the laws of the country. They have the right to arrest the NLC president. They have the right to invite him. And the NLC president, when invited, must honor the invitation. It's not bigger than the law, you know, because I heard someone say, oh, he refused to honor an invitation extended to him. If he's invited by the security agencies, he has to honor their invitation. He has to. It's not no matter, you don't have immunity, for example. You are not a governor. You are not a deputy governor. And you are neither the president nor the vice president. So you don't have immunity against prosecution at this time. You don't have immunity against investigation. So if they invite you, you have to show up. But I also think that it makes sense, once you make this arrest, don't give room for people to be speculating about why you have done it. Oh, it's because it's disturbing the Tinubu administration. Oh, it's because he has chosen to fight for the people. That's why you've done it.
I believe they have a public relations unit that should tell the public that, okay, this and this.
Yes, that's they were doing that in the past. But we heard that under the new dispensation, they want to talk less and just do their work behind the scenes. Maybe that's why they didn't also do this. And then we heard later that, oh, the arrest was not even carried out by the DSS, where it was by the Office of the National Security Advisor. But the National Security Advisor does not have security operatives of his own. He uses the DSS, he uses the DIA, can use the armed forces generally. Okay. They are all subject to him. So he can use them. He has not had his own security team. No. He doesn't have all the operatives who work with him, they are from the different services. So even if you say the arrest was carried out by the Office of National Security Advisor, it has to be either by the DSS, by the DIA, or the armed forces, the other arms of the armed forces working with the NSA. So these stories, I don't like hearing these stories. Somebody arrested the man. It took the release of Ajaero just before the time ceiling that NLC came up with, before we knew what the questions they were asking him and all that. And they are saying, okay, there's a Briton accused of terrorism financing, and they believe that he's close to that Briton. Okay. That Briton is already on the wanted list. So, you know, the office of the NSA is concerned that so much money was pumped in during the protests. You can imagine using cryptocurrency and all that. More than 32 billion was found on one person. On one person. So some people, a lot of the accounts have been frozen. True. But the truth is, the protest was oiled by money from different parts of the world, okay, coming in to Nigeria through some guys, and I think that they are desperate to lay their hands on some of the people behind this financing. But even at that, okay, I don't think it's terrorism financing. People want to unseat a government through protests. They are not necessarily terrorists. It's regime change that they were looking for. I said back then that that could be an opportunity for some people to achieve their goal of regime change. When we started hearing Russia this, Russia that, he pointed straight away that some people wanted to use the opportunity for regime change, and some of the people were actually bribed to stay on the streets. At least somebody told me that over 2 days he collected 3,000 naira each. Just to... On the third day, he refused to... That was here in Lagos. On the third day, he refused to go out. So, but I don't know whether Ajaero is involved, but after grilling him for 15 hours, I believe that whatever they wanted from him, they should have gotten it. Okay. We don't want to be hearing today Ajaero arrested, tomorrow Ajaero arrested. It makes no sense. Solve the problem once and for all. If you found something incriminating on him, put him on trial. Let's just close the chapter. Okay. Instead of today we arrested him, then you tell him to come back on Thursday, then later on you pick him up again. You know, those things, I don't know how some people think, but they will end up demarketing the government by some of these actions without doing it. Okay,
he said that they need to sort this matter out once and for all, but some persons have been saying that this whole DSS NLC drama, DSS Serap drama, some say there is some sort of distraction away from the issue, the real issues. What are your thoughts on that?
Exactly my thought. I think they are just distractions.
From the real issue? From
the real issues. I believe so, because number one, who is Ajaero? He's a Nigerian.
Sure.
And a Nigerian that should be under the law, and a Nigerian that could be drilled if found, could be punished if found guilty of any offense. Now, if you want to be transparent, you let us know what he has done, what the issues are. Although I understand the fact that as security agencies, you may have your reasons for not disclosing, for not giving the people a full disclosure of what you are actually looking at. But situations like this just give us the impression that you engage in some kind of drama. Look at what happened yesterday now. Labour came up to say that if you don't release him within before so time, we are going to go on strike. And right before that time, I was on the internet till 10:45 p.m. That was when I monitored. That was when this guy was released. Meanwhile, Labour gave them 12 midnight. So you now ask yourself, number one, for me, the Labour will come out to tell us that because we have arrested this leader, it's going to shut down the economy. And I ask myself, is your leader bigger than any other person in Nigeria? No. Right? Now, but you cannot also blame Labour, because the people that are doing the arrest are also not giving the people the right form of disclosure that will enable us to understand the situation that is happening. So you just allow some kind of distractions. You don't really know what is going on. Maybe they want us to forget our miseries and just entertain ourselves with DSS.
No, I don't see that as entertainment at all. But anyway, we need to go on this quick break. And when we're back, the conversation continues. It's still Journalist Hangout.